Sean's Unitainment right here on YouTube.com. Make sure to like this video and subscribe. You know, this being the 15th anniversary of SmackDown, you thought you would expected something of epic proportions, something that was monumental, something that you could really sink your teeth into. You would have thought that the WWE would have stacked this from top to bottom. To give you a little indication of what SmackDown used to be like of yesteryear, with The Rock and Austin and Kane, The Undertaker, you think they would have had great big matches. You think the WWE would have wanted SmackDown to be like we remember it. But this SmackDown fell short of many expectations. Although there were a couple of highlights, but it didn't do it for me. You know, that feeling, you know, there used to be a time when you didn't want to miss SmackDown. There was a time when you would race home from work to watch SmackDown, much like Monday Night Raw back in the day. But nowadays, you just don't get that aura, you don't get that feeling, you don't have that attention. So, going into the show, you know, I did have high expectations. I really did think that WWE would have hit one out of the park with this one. But that just, you know, I was waiting for that moment. I was waiting for that very moment that something was going to happen. And, well, it just didn't until The Rock and Triple H had their backstage segment that wasn't even on SmackDown. It was on Raw that we didn't see, and they put it on SmackDown. Hell, if it weren't for The Rock and Triple H saving the show, I think that this would probably have been one of the worst anniversary shows in WWE history. And I shouldn't be saying that. I mean, you're talking about something that's monumental, SmackDown, a show that the WWE probably never thought was going to last this long, and it's still existing to this very day. But SmackDown is just a former shell of itself, much like Monday Night Raw is a former shell of itself. And you know, it hurts me. It kills me to come on here and say that. It kills me. I'm a WWE fan, okay? So let's just get to the highlights of the show, because if I were here all day long, I'd be ranting about how horrible it was and how the booking and how the writing should have been a lot more better and it was substandard and the matches should have been better and yada, yada, yada. I can sit here or stand here and bitch, moan, and complain all night long, but that's not what I do. Let's look at some of the highlights. What I don't understand is Dolph Ziggler getting destroyed by Rusev. He's the Intercontinental Champion. But yes, The Rock and Triple H having that awesome, funny, spectacular backstage segment did wonders. The main event with Miss TV featuring John Cena and Dean Ambrose, that was yet another thing that saved this. We've seen former general managers Teddy Long and John Laurinaitis come back to battle. Who would be the greatest general manager of all time? And then what would commence as a 7-on-7 tag team match. Who could make the best tag team match in history? But not even Teddy Long and John Laurinaitis could save this 15th anniversary from it being a major blow. Like I said, there was only about 2 or 3 highlights on the show. There might have been a couple matches that I missed, but I don't know. The WWE, they kind of were just on autopilot. They just kind of, you know, threw some ideas on a piece of paper and said, this is our 15th anniversary show. Like I said, it should have been a lot better. There should have been a lot more that went into it. They should have, sort about contacting other superstars. If it were me, I would have had Austin, The Rock, I would have had Kane, The Undertaker. Hell, I would have even had The Shield reunite for one night, because The Shield did have a major part to do with SmackDown. Yeah, we saw Booker T, JBL was on commentary. JBL, the longest reigning champion in SmackDown history. But we see JBL on SmackDown every week. So, I mean, it's a 2-hour show. I'll rate it out of 5 stars. I'm going to give it 3.5 out of 5 stars, and that's being nice. I think that's being way too generous for this show. I rate Raw at 10 stars because it's a 3-hour show. You know, 3 out of 5 stars. 3 out of 5 stars. Totally unacceptable. SmackDown should have been a hell of a lot better, seeing its history, its prestige, and where it used to be, and what it is now. Very sad. Subscribe.